Dave, thanks. We're back here at 7:25. The Today Show from Blacksburg, Virginia, though, starts right now at 7 o'clock. Have a good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Inside the mind of a killer, Cho Sung-hui, who shot dead 32 people at Virginia Tech, was a loner and a troubled student who wrote plays so disturbing his professors tried to get him to counseling. Last night, a candlelight vigil to remember the victims, sons, daughters, friends, professors, students, each felled before their time, dreams left unfulfilled. We'll remember them today, Wednesday, April 18th, 2007.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today. Massacre at Virginia Tech. With Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira, live on the Virginia Tech campus in Blacksburg, Virginia.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Today on this Wednesday morning, live from the campus of Virginia Tech. I'm Matt Lauer alongside Meredith Vieira, and let's just give you a little idea of where we've come today. We're inside a student dining hall called the West End Market, a beautiful facility, which also happens to be located just across the lawn from the front entrance of West Ambler Johnston. That is the dormitory, student dormitory, where on Monday morning at 7:45, the shooting rampage here began.
And the reality behind all of this is just beginning to sink in as we learn new details about the man behind the worst shootings in U.S. history. Here's what we know right now. At this point, the gunman, 23-year-old Cho Sung-hui, was a loner who left a note behind railing against women and rich kids. One of his roommates says Cho would walk by them without saying a word. We're going to hear from that roommate this morning. Cho also wrote violent plays that were so disturbing that classmates and teachers worried that he would eventually snap.
And coming up, we're going to talk to a Virginia Tech professor who was so concerned that she tried and failed to get Cho to go to counseling. She also contacted authorities, but they told her there really wasn't all that much they could do. We'll talk to her just ahead.
And we're also going to meet a graduate student here who's avoided tragedy twice. 8 years ago, I guess on Friday, she was a student at Columbine when two students there went on a rampage that left many students dead, along with two teachers. And
on Monday, we met the brother of 18-year-old Rima Samaha, Virginia Tech freshman who was gunned down. This morning, an emotional interview with Rima's father.
But first, we do want to turn to NBC's Kevin Cork, who has the latest on all these developments. Kevin, good morning to you.
Hey, Kevin.
Meredith and Matt, good morning to you. You know, yesterday you heard the word healing quite a lot, and it's so important. The university is doing all it can to help expedite the healing process here, offering counseling services to the entire university community. But last night, something perhaps even more important, a chance to come together in a show of support. A day after the bloodbath that left 33 dead and more than a dozen wounded, the Virginia Tech community came together. From an emotional candlelight vigil to the convocation, thousands filled the campus Coliseum. President Bush and Virginia Governor Tim Kaine joined by their spouses, hoping to help heal the nation and the Commonwealth.
We've come to express our sympathy in this time of anguish.
The words came on a day that the nation learned the name of a killer. Police identified the gunman as Cho Sung-hui, a 23-year-old Virginia Tech senior majoring in English. Investigators say Cho, who immigrated from South Korea as a boy, left a rambling note describing his reasons for the attack and a path of destruction and bloodshed.
Personal effects were strewn about the entire second floor at Norris Hall. Victims were found in at least 4 classrooms as well as a stairwell.
From Blacksburg to Washington and beyond, flags flew at half-staff as the impact of the nation's deadliest shooting was felt across the country as threats rattled at least 3 universities and 2 schools.
And we will continue to work with law enforcement agencies.
Among the first responders to the massacre, Virginia Tech student EMTs. After more than 24 hours of helping others cope, they paused to look after their own.
The cuts and bruises are healed. Now we got to work on the emotional stuff.
There's a concern among some in the Korean American community that Cho's actions could result in a backlash. In Los Angeles' Koreatown neighborhood, reaction ranged from shame to shock.
It's like one of your family members. That's how we take it.
Back on campus, President Bush told NBC's Brian Williams that together, Blacksburg and the nation will get through this.
Virginia Tech is a viable, strong community. And it's going to require this viable, strong community to help people recover.
All part of a day filled with messages of hope and pledges of strength.
We will eventually recover, but we will never, ever forget.
Indeed, a powerful show of Hokie pride. By the way, the university has made the decision to cancel classes for the remainder of the week. Student workers and employees can come to work, but they're not required as the school continues to try to heal, Matt.
All right, Kevin Cork with us this morning. Kevin, thanks very much. As we've reported, we are learning more this morning about the young man responsible for this tragedy. Those who know or knew Chung Sung-Wee say that he was both a mystery and a troubled soul. NBC's Pete Williams is at the high school the shooter attended in Chantilly, Virginia. He has more on this. Pete, good morning to you.
Matt, good morning. Here in suburban Washington, D.C., where Cho Sung-Wee grew up and went to high school, he seems to have made few friends, a quality he apparently continued when he went to college. And those who have looked at this investigation say that he apparently was planning his shooting attack for at least several weeks.
Just over a month ago, federal investigators say Cho Sung-Wee walked into this gun shop in Roanoke, Virginia, about 40 miles from the Virginia Tech campus, and bought a 9mm pistol, a 50-round box of ammunition, and a 15-round magazine for loading the gun. The store's owner says Cho seemed like a clean-cut college student.
I can't even begin to describe how I feel. One death would have been too many. This is horrible.
He bought the other gun he had in the shootings, a .22 caliber Walther P22, a month earlier. As a permanent legal resident, he was legally entitled to buy them. Cho was 8 years old when his family came to the U.S. from South Korea, eventually settling in the Washington, D.C. suburbs of Northern Virginia. Neighbors say his parents were friendly and cheerful.
They were always sweet to me. They were smiling, and they were always polite. They're quiet. I don't know what else to say. There's really good people.
But Cho's high school classmates say he had few close friends there, and his college classmates say the same, describing him as someone who avoided eye contact.
If you pass him by in the hallway and say, "How are you doing?" he just pass you by and not say a word.
An English major, he wrote short plays about students angry with parents and their teachers, with constant dialogue about violence. One of his former teachers says she even warned school officials about him and urged him to seek help.
I kept saying to him, please go to counseling. I will take you over to counseling myself, because he was so depressed. And I'd been told by counseling that I could escort him over. And so each time I met with him, I said to him again, please, can we go over?
In his dorm room, investigators say they found a multi-page document Cho wrote, a manifesto of sorts, full of anger at his fellow students.
Federal profilers who have looked at his writings and his behavior say he reminded them of the students who fired on their classmates at Columbine High School, that he felt picked on and bullied and thought it was him against the world, Matt.
All right, Pete, thank you very much. Pete Williams in Chantilly, Virginia this morning. Lucinda Roy is the creative writing professor here at Virginia Tech who tried to get Cho to counseling. Lucinda, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Fall of 2005, a poetry professor comes to you and says, you know, Lucinda, you've got to read this. You've got to read what this young man Cho is writing. What was your first reaction when you read it?
I was very concerned because it seemed to me that he was writing from a place of anger, and I needed to make sure that, therefore, I met with him and talked with him and tried to find out what was going on.
One of the plays he wrote, Richard McBeef, posted on Smoking Gun website. Allegedly, he talks about government conspiracies, the death of Lenin and Marilyn Monroe, a stepfather accused of pedophilia, murdering his father, a mother with a chainsaw going after a stepfather. The play ends with the man striking a child with a deadly blow. Here's a quote from the play. I hate him, must kill Dick. must kill Dick, Dick must die. You were so disturbed, you had him taken out of class.
Yes, but I should make it clear I never saw any of those plays until...
You didn't read that?
No, I didn't read that at all. I read other things that he'd written that were not, I didn't think, as explosive as that, but still enough to make me very worried.
When you took him out of class, you decided to actually deal with him one-on-one.
Yes.
Were you at all scared of that?
Yes, but I was far less scared of that than I would have been if he was in a classroom and I felt that the faculty member was uncomfortable. I was the chair of the department. It's my responsibility.
What were your interactions with Cho like? I know you've said that at times you'd ask him a question. He would take a full 20 seconds of silence looking at you before he would even start to answer.
And that's why I was so concerned. And I've been teaching for 22 years, and I realized that this was a student, one of the most disturbed students I've ever seen, and that's why I contacted the police and counseling and so on.
And I want to get to that in a second. Two of his former roommates gave an interview last night. They said things like that he talked about having an imaginary girlfriend. He called himself at one point question mark. He used to walk up to women and stare them in the eye and say, it's the only way I can tell what you're really thinking of me. He slept with the lights on. He played one song over and over again. Any of that surprise you?
No, it doesn't really. I have to say that his behavior was incredibly bizarre. Most of the time he wore sunglasses, and so you couldn't tell what... During the day and indoors.
So you went to school officials. You said, this guy's got to get to counseling, but you couldn't force him, nor could they. You also went to law enforcement. What did you say to them?
I copied them on all the email notes, sent them the things he was writing, and just said, I think you really need to take a look at this. This is very disturbing, and this young man needs help.
And law enforcement in particular said what to you?
Well, they responded very quickly, and they really wanted to be able to assist me, and they said that they would offer security outside the classroom if we needed it, or outside my office, but that their hands were tied because he had not made a direct threat.
And yet, interestingly, the campus police chief in an interview recently said he was unaware of any concerns about Cho, so they didn't communicate to the people on campus.
I think it might have been before his time, though, because it was 2005.
Did someone drop the ball here, Lucinda? Do you think this could have been prevented if there was more follow-up with Cho?
I think it's possible. I know that it's so difficult afterwards, Matt, to turn around to yourself and say, what could we have done differently? I wish that there had been something that could have been done early when we first were alerted to this.
When's the last time you spoke to Cho?
It was I thought he graduated. I hadn't seen him since December 2005. I didn't even know he was on campus.
And when you first heard the news and heard his name connected?
Then I think I probably felt a little bit like some of the students who were in the classroom. And when holes are blasted into a community, and when the community is tight-knit, then those holes are everywhere. So it's like going to a war-torn zone and seeing all the holes in the walls, and those are in us now.
You've written eloquently about it in an op-ed, and I'm going to see if we can put that on our website. I'd like people to go and read it. Lucinda Roy, Professor, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And now, here's Meredith.
Matt, thank you. 2 days after gunshots rang out on this campus, taking the lives of 32 students and teachers, heartbreaking portraits of the victims are starting to emerge.
You are always in our thoughts and prayers.
The grief is everywhere on campus. Just listen to Ann Marks, who told me she still can't believe she will never see her good friend Leslie Sherman again. They used to work in the cafeteria together.
You know, she had a lot of friends, and she was just a very outgoing person, and, you know, I'm going to miss her so much, you know, and it was hard.
Leslie's life just one of so many cut short in Monday's massacre. The first two victims gunned down in the dorm, 19-year-old Emily Helsher of Woodville, Virginia, an animal lover majoring in animal sciences, and 22-year-old Ryan Stack Clark, a popular RA who came to her assistance, his twin brother, Brian.
He was a fun-loving, outgoing individual, loved to be around people and loved to share his passion for music and education and other things with others.
30 others were killed across campus in Norris Hall, including Professor Kevin Granata, who leaves behind a wife and 3 young children. Among the students, Matthew Laporte, an Air Force cadet, Taekwondo pupil and Shakespeare enthusiast Maxine Turner, and 19-year-old Mary Reed, an aspiring elementary school teacher who baked cupcakes for her friends. Her family is in shock.
It's still somewhat unbelievable to me, and that she really is a victim of this, you know, senseless violence.
In Saugus, Massachusetts, Lynette Alamadine is trying to come to terms with the death of her son, Ross, a 20-year-old English major described as intelligent, funny, and easygoing.
It's horrifying. It's really horrifying. And I'm just trying to keep it together.
Jarrett Lane, who grew up just 20 minutes away from Virginia Tech, had just accepted a full scholarship to graduate school at the University of Florida. Jeremy Herbstritt from Pennsylvania was an outdoorsman who loved to kayak, run, and hike. Daniel Perez Cueva, a member of Peru's national swim team, came to Virginia Tech to study international relations. And from India, the family of 51-year-old engineering professor G.V. Loganathan was stunned by his death. Members of this close-knit community at Virginia Tech are managing the only way they know how, by honoring their fallen friends and family members together. And today, Kristen Wickham, Doug Cobb, and Liz McClendon are mourning the loss of their friend, Virginia Tech sophomore Caitlin Hammerin, who was killed while she was in French class. Good morning to all of you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being here. I'm terribly sorry about your friend, but this is about really getting to know who she was and celebrating who she was and who we lost on Monday. And I'd like to start with you, Kristen, because you grew up with Caitlin. She was your buddies from the time you guys were little.
Right.
You're here because she came here before you. Tell us about her.
Well, she's had a major impact on my high school and then college life. And in high school, I always remember her as being involved in all the activities, president of the chorus, my section leader. We were in drama club together, on the tennis team together. And then at college, she was here for me when I was sick at the beginning of the year and moved all my stuff back out so I could go back to New York. And then when I came back again, she had made connections with Doug so that I would have someone to play tennis with. And she's just always been here through everything that I've been through. And her smile is just one thing that I won't forget about her.
So she inspired you in everything that you did.
She has. And she's been a major impact on my life so far.
And Doug, you just got to know her because you're a freshman. She was your RA.
Yes.
What drew you to her?
She was a very unique person, and I think required by all RAs. You have to reach out to your residents, but she went above and beyond by all means. I mean, one thing that I will never forget is just her spontaneous acts, the kind of thing I would be working on an essay, and she'd invite me over to go have ice cream at 1 o'clock in the morning when most RAs would be dead asleep or trying to catch up on their work themselves. She just reached out to a lot of her residents, and I think that's what touched most people.
Extremely nurturing?
Yeah, just her nurturing act, and just like Kristen said, her smile and her hugs I will never forget. So.
And Liz, you are a sorority sister.
Yes.
The big sister, really. You're older than she is.
I am. It didn't seem like that most of the time. A lot of times I forgot that she was younger than me because she was, like you said, she was so nurturing. And I just want to share with everyone how special she was to me and like everyone who ever met her. She was just an amazing person, and I know she impacted so many people in her life, and I just know God made her special for a reason.
Who did we lose here on Monday?
Excuse me?
Who did we lose by losing her?
We lost a piece of Virginia Tech. She was a symbol of PGH. She was a symbol of Kappa Kappa Gamma. She was a symbol of the school in general. She was like the link between the chains and everybody in the school. And it was very hard on Monday to lose somebody like that, especially just a best friend and somebody I've used as moral support and guidance throughout most of my freshman year.
You're very young and you're very articulate, all of you, but I assume you probably have not lost a friend before this. So how do you make sense of it? How do you cope with it?
It's extremely difficult. It's probably the most grief I've ever been through. I didn't even know how to handle the death of my best friend. But I know through prayer, we've all been trying to help each other out, and Caitlin connected all of us here. I mean, there are many people that I wouldn't know without Caitlin. And I think she also stands for New York. We're the only two people here from my high school.
The only two New Yorkers?
Right. She was the only one. When I got homesick, I'd go down to her room. I mean, joke around about high school and just talk about everything. We went home together for breaks. We were supposed to be together this summer. So.
Losing Caitlin was hard for everybody, but it's just like, even though we're so sad, you know, and we can't believe that we're never going to see her again, it's just, we know that she's all right. Like, we know that she's in heaven and that she's still making us laugh now. Like, I've laughed so many times, maybe even more than I've cried or while I've cried, just because, you know, you think of like in everything you see, you know, you see Caitlin. I know it's the same for these two, like where they live, you know, Caitlin was there. Even in myself, like I see things that she's commented about me before, and it just makes me smile.
Well, thank you for sharing her with us, Liz, Doug.
We're happy to.
Kristen, thank you so much. We're going to go to New York now, where Ann is standing by at the news desk with more news of the day. Ann.
Good, thanks a lot, Meredith. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Also in the news this morning, today, as President Bush meets with congressional leaders about funding for the war in Iraq, there is news from Iraq's prime minister. He said today that his forces plan to take over security of all Iraqi provinces before the end of this year. Also today, 4 explosions killed at least 110 people in Baghdad. Today, the president of Iran said his country will, quote, cut off the hand of any aggressor. His remarks came at a military parade where he also said UN sanctions over Iran's nuclear program have had no effect on his armed forces. A report by the United Nations says the government of Sudan is still transporting arms and military equipment into Darfur by painting planes white to disguise them as UN or African Union aircraft. The report claims that the planes are being used to attack villages despite denials by Sudan's government. More than 200,000 people have been killed in Darfur since 2003. A desperate search is underway in western Maryland today, where 2 coal miners are believed buried beneath 75 feet of rock and dirt. A wall of a mine collapsed on Tuesday, but rescuers are holding out hope that the 2 are still alive. New information about last week's accident that critically injured New Jersey Governor John Corzine. State police say his SUV was going 91 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone just before the crash. Corzine, who was not wearing a seatbelt, remains hospitalized today. His driver received minor injuries. Taxpayers rushed to meet the midnight deadline for filing their returns. A flood of last-minute electronic filers swamped some computer systems. And among the many tributes last night to the victims of the Virginia Tech massacre, this one. The Washington Nationals wore Virginia Tech baseball caps during their game against Atlanta. Sweet. It is now 7:21. Let's turn back to Matt Meredith at Virginia Tech.
All right, Ann, thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. And let's do a quick pivot and head out to West Fargo, North Dakota this morning. Al is on the road, still lending a hand today. Al, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see both of you under these difficult circumstances. We've got a brisk, clear morning here in West Fargo. As you said, for Lend a Hand today, we'll tell you what charity we're going to be talking about a little bit later. But first, let's talk about that nor'easter. It will not get out of here. Finally starting to pull away. Coastal flooding, gales along the New England coast. We are still looking at some rain, even down to as far south as Boston, parts of Long Island, and even into coastal New Jersey. We've got wet weather through the Gulf Coast. Big storm system moving into the Wasatch Mountains and the Idaho Mountains as well. Rain in the Pacific Northwest, sunny and windy in the southwest with some fog in Southern California's coast. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning. Our camera this morning comes to you from the OHSU tram cam up on top of Markham Hill, where we have, again, cloudy skies and some rain showers coming on down. Here's a look at live First Alert 3D Doppler. Most of those showers now are in Clark County and off into parts of East Multnomah County east of I-205 right here. But again, showers will keep rolling on through all day long, folks, and that's what our forecast calls for. Maybe even a chance of an afternoon thunder shower. Today's high, 55 degrees.
That's your latest weather. Matt?
All right, Al, thank you very much. And still ahead, much more of a special edition from the campus of Virginia Tech. But first, this is Today on NBC.
All new, the deadliest shooting in U.S. history. Lisa Ling is on location at Virginia Tech, searching for answers. Why did it happen? What can we do? Hear from people who were there. Next, Oprah.
Today at 4 on News Channel 8. News Channel 8 at 11's 19.
33 people are dead. 26 are in the hospital.
The latest developments.
The University of Portland says it, too, is reviewing policy.
Continuing coverage.
The images traumatize all of us.
Every night on News Channel 8 at 11. there's a place called Paradise for those who live to ride. Paradise Harley-Davidson, where every day we celebrate the Harley-Davidson lifestyle. We're Oregon's #1 rated Harley dealer and one of the top 50 dealers in the nation. We have over 100 Harleys in stock, and because we're award-winning, it allows us to get models no one else can. Stop by and see why we're #1 in customer satisfaction and service. Come see us in Tigard off Highway 217 across from Washington Square Mall. Life is good. Enjoy the ride at Paradise Harley-Davidson and Buell.
Imagine a world without nail guns, without particle board, without assembly line techniques. Beautiful. Parker Furniture. Raw materials for refined living.
We love spring, and spring means it's time to get our lawns and gardens into shape. And right now, Al's Garden Centers are filled with all your spring favorites, like our famous Grown by Al's hanging baskets. We've grown thousands of baskets in many different sizes for both sun and shade, ready to bring fantastic spring color to your home. Fall in love with gardening at Al's Garden Center.
Such a beautiful sight last night, and still to come on this Wednesday morning, much more from the rattled campus of Virginia Tech, including one of the heroes who sacrificed himself to save others.
Plus, we're going to have a heart-wrenching conversation with a father who lost his beautiful 18-year-old daughter right after your local news.
This body can roll with the punches. Poise, with wings, matches your moves, eases your mind. Nothing beats the first and only winged pad made just for light bladder weakness. Poise, yes I can.
Hi, Ellie Flood at City Liquidators. Let me show you what's new in office furniture. The Young Classic Collection Computer Credenza and Hutch, $12.88. Display bookcase cabinet, $12.99. Executive desk, just $9.88. City Liquidators, east end of the Morrison Bridge.
The Toyota Sienna has available safety features like vehicle stability control and all-wheel drive. Because sometimes the smartest thing Toyota can do isn't try to make your life better, but make sure it stays exactly as it is. Get the safety of Sienna with $1,250 customer cash. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Hi, Ellie Flood at City Liquidators Furniture Warehouse. Just in, 100% leather recliners, $567. Or leather chair and ottoman, $497. Leather club chair, $297. City Liquidators, furniture for every room in your home. East end of the Morrison Bridge.
Do you play favorites with your kids? Next week.
This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis. We're just getting word the U.S. Supreme Court is upholding the nationwide ban on a controversial abortion procedure. This morning's Partial Birth Abortion Act decision gives abortion opponents a long-awaited victory. Students are back in class at Washington State University's Vancouver campus this morning, hours after a threat forced the school to shut down. And we're told the threat, found last night, insinuates the same type of situation at Virginia Tech. Authorities say it does not appear, though, anybody was ready to carry out that threat. Let's go to Lynn Masterson now for a look at our traffic. Lynn, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Russ. We've seen a few rain showers, and we do have the slow traffic on the Sunset Highway starting near the top of the Sylvan Hill, getting into the tunnel. There's the lineup when you approach the tunnel, but we do have very foggy conditions, some low clouds near the top of the Sylvan Hill. It's stop and go, too, westbound I-84 out of the Hollywood district. Let's get to that forecast. Here's Dave Zaleski.
Lynn, overcast skies right now, but showers will be in and out of the forecast all day long and cool, 41 degrees at this time. Day planner calls for showers, sun breaks, afternoon thunder showers possible. Today's high 55. 7-day forecast, a little drier tomorrow and again on Friday, but rain possible by the weekend. Russ, back to you.
Okay, Dave, thanks. We're back here in 25 minutes this morning. We'll have more local news, including weather and traffic updates. We will see you then. I'm Russ Lewis. Have a good day.
KGW congratulates Sequoia Custom Homes on earning 3 prestigious Building Excellence Awards.
Hi, I'm Brian Snodgrass, president of Sequoia Custom Homes. We started Sequoia Custom Homes with a commitment to building exceptional homes at affordable prices. Come celebrate the grand opening of Sequoia Village and get 0 down, 0 closing costs, 0 HOA fees, and low payments. Now is the time to buy. Let our real estate team help guide you through the process. Home ownership is now at your fingertips. Visit us at sequoiacustom.com.
Mattress World's having a good, better, best sale. Choose this one for just $99 each piece.
Go better for just $169 each piece.
Or best for just $239 each piece.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
Experience the quality, choice, and value of Riverside Homes. Enjoy affordable pricing and innovative designs from quality partners. Like Paulson's Floor Coverings, a family-owned business for 87 years, offering quality countertops and flooring from carpet and wood to natural stones and vinyl. Discover more quality, choice, and value at riversidehome.com.
Mattress World's having a good, better, best sale. Choose this one for just $99 each piece.
Go better for just $169 each piece.
Or best for just $239 each piece.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
Through our blood and tears, through all this sadness, we are the Hokies. We will prevail. We will prevail. We will prevail. We are Virginia Tech.
7:30 now on this Wednesday morning, April 18, 2007. Amid the tears and the sorrow of Virginia Tech, students and faculty also showed their school spirit at a convocation on Tuesday, a very emotional moment. I'm Meredith Vieira here with Matt Lauer on the campus of Virginia Tech, and coming up in just a moment, love and loss. One father speaks out about his daughter, whose life was cut tragically short on Monday.
And there are a lot of stories of heroism here. A Holocaust survivor who gave his own life to save his students. An RA, resident assistant in the building just behind us on the 4th floor, who tried to come to the aid of one of his students. And also, we're going to meet one student who really thought very quickly inside a classroom in Norris Hall and helped to save some of his classmates.
And then it is a searing question right now on the campus of Virginia Tech. Was it too easy for the shooter to get his guns? And now some are saying this is an opportunity to strengthen the gun laws in this country. But others argue if just one teacher or student on this campus had been allowed by law to have a gun, they might have been able to stop the shooter and the carnage. A very interesting debate. We're going to hear from both sides.
You can easily argue both sides of that, no question about it. Here's what we know right now. This shooter, 23-year-old Sung Cho Hui, was a loner. He was a guy who had dark writings, plays and things like that actually scared a lot of teachers and some students. Also, we know that he left a rambling note behind, not necessarily a suicide note, but something that railed against women and rich kids. And we know that the governor of Virginia has said he'll appoint a panel to investigate the way that Virginia Tech handled the shootings here.
But we are going to begin with a tragic loss. The friends and family of Rima Samaha, an 18-year-old from suburban Washington, D.C., are mourning her loss today. The dancer graduated from the same high school as the shooter, but authorities do not think that they knew each other. Tuesday, Dateline Stone Phillips sat down with her dad. Her dad's name is Joe, to talk about his beautiful daughter and how he learned that she was gone.
How did you receive the news about what had happened to Rima?
Received the news basically by deducing that something was badly wrong here when we did not hear from Rima, and called her cell phone immediately and did not get an answer, and tried it several times, tried her room, tried to get hold of friends, and with no response.
Was it unusual for her not to answer her cell phone?
Absolutely. Yeah, she responds pretty quickly. So I gathered my family and we drove down.
So how did you finally learn?
Happened to be a fellow who we know, and he happened to be with the ambulance at the time, and he broke the news to us. He'd known Rima.
He'd known Rima?
Yes.
And that's how you heard?
That's how we heard.
Did you ever receive a phone call from the university?
No, we did not.
Cell phones, or they try calling your home? Do you know?
No. Just that the police did confirm after we were told by this young fellow that it was true that Rima was on the list at the morgue.
You are remarkably composed.
Oh, thank you.
For someone who has just lost a child.
I gained her energy. She was a positive person. She was a beautiful person, and that's what I'll remember her as. We've lost a very talented, beautiful young lady who was growing here at the university. Her heart was in dance and theater, and she belonged to the a contemporary dance ensemble here, and she loved that very much.
Do you remember the last time you spoke to Rima?
Yeah, we were lucky. We came down this past weekend, to see her as part of her dance performance. I went back Sunday night and I sent her an email of how proud we were of her and how well she was doing. And
a lot of questions are being asked about whether enough was done early enough that might have prevented the rampage at Norris Hall.
Yes.
How do you feel about that as a parent who's lost a child? Are you asking those questions?
I haven't asked them yet. I understand there were circumstances. I understand things started earlier than the time my daughter was killed.
2 hours.
Yes. And I don't know what transpired in those 2 hours.
What questions remain in your mind?
Why didn't she skip class? Why was she there at that time? Why was the shooter doing what he was doing? Why was he on a rampage?
Is there anything more you want to say?
I just want to see our daughter. We're having a tough time doing that. Obviously, the medical examiner's office doesn't have the facilities to reunite the families with their deceased. He said they could provide us with photographs in a few hours.
You need to see something.
Absolutely. I need to see her face again.
And when you do see it?
I'll kiss it.
Wow.
Joseph Maha with Stone Phillips. No parent should have to bury a child ever. It's just so sad.
This is one story. We have 32 other families grieving in the same way, and we talked to Omar and Rhonda, his other 2 children, yesterday, who are sharing in this grief. It's a difficult thing to listen to.
And I got to tell you about the process. I think it's much harder today, even as a journalist, to cover this story. Last night I was at the candlelight vigil that was in honor of people like Joe's daughter and the others who lost their life, and I had kids come up to me saying, would you just hug me?
Yeah.
And it hits you. The magnitude of it, it really hits you.
It takes time to sink in for the students and for us as well.
Absolutely. It will be a long process.
Tough turn now, but we would like to head out to Mr. Roker, who's out in North Dakota this morning. Al, sorry about that, but good to see you again.
Sure, it's good to see you, Al.
Good to see you guys. And you're right. The tragedy of this is just going to probably build as the days go on. Just horrible. Let's take a look, show you what's going on. The nor'easter, the remnants of the nor'easter continue to be felt. This is Lamberton, New Jersey, and you can see the intense flooding that continues through parts of New Jersey and the Northeast today, and they'll continue to deal with that for about the next 24 hours or so. Let's take a look, show you what else is going on around the country. Again, out west, they're dealing with some winter that won't let go as another storm system comes on shore, bringing rain and snow to the mountains out there. Snowfall amounts, some areas picking up to 18 inches of snow, especially as you get into the mountains of Idaho, the Wasatch Mountains as well. And as we take a look at the rest of the country, storm system bringing rain into the upper Ohio, mid-Mississippi river valleys, sunshine here in the east, and leftover rain and wind in northern New England. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
A bit of a break from the showers right now over the Portland-Vancouver area is seen from our Wells Fargo sky cam. No break, though, from the clouds. Down in Salem, they do have a couple of breaks from the clouds, as you can see right up over the top of the Oregon State Capitol building. And right now out at PDX, it is overcast. We're seeing some showers out there, and we're going to see these showers roll on through for the rest of the morning into the afternoon. Maybe even a chance of an afternoon thunder shower and continued cool with highs in the low to mid-50s.
That's your latest weather. Meredith?
Al, thank you very much. You know, in the midst of all the sadness here, there were real heroes, and you're about to meet one right after this.
What a perfect day. Oh no, nasal allergy congestion strikes again. It's everywhere, outside and in. Prescription Nasonex helps relieve congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Maybe that's why 6 million people used Nasonex last year.
Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
For congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms, ask your doctor about Nasonex.
One true story has America's top critics believing.
I'm working on the most important book of the 20th century. Howard Hughes.
His biography.
Ebert and Roper give it 2 big thumbs up. It's hugely entertaining.
That's an exact quote.
The Hoax. Rated R. Now in select theaters everywhere this Friday.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
It's time for terrific savings at our Furniture-rific sale. Save up to 50% on furniture throughout the store. So get moving. The sale this big won't last long. Only at Pier 1.
If kids love to eat healthy, you wouldn't need the nutrients in Florida orange juice. 1 8-ounce glass counts as almost 25% of your fruit and vegetable servings. Florida orange juice. Healthy, pure, and simple.
Having a half-ton with the most legroom and a fancy rear seat is great, but truckers want to know if it's still got some truck left in it. We'll put it this way. If it'll draw bar pull 6,400 pounds of dead weight, towing 10,100 pounds is a walk in the park. Hello, Dolly. Available on the all-new Tundra Crew Max, the truck that's changing it all.
Poblano pepper releases my fiery spirit. Crunchy tortilla strips match my snappy attitude. McDonald's new Southwest salad fires me up with the explosive taste of roasted tomato, cilantro lime-glazed chicken, and fire-roasted corn. As for the zesty wedge of lime, it adds kick to my flair for the dramatic.
I call it the packing runaround. I run around grabbing stuff to pack up all the gifts I have to send. And even with all that running around, I still can't guarantee they'll get there in one piece.
Don't you worry about a thing.
Just go to the UPS store. Our certified packaging and shipping experts will help make sure your gifts arrive on time and intact. When it comes to packing and shipping, let us handle it. That's our thing.
No more running around for me.
The UPS store, the place for packing, shipping, and a whole lot more.
Coming to Blu-ray and DVD.
Diana, Princess of Wales, has died.
Winner 2006 Academy Award Best Actress, Helen Mirren.
No member of the royal family will speak publicly about this.
The Prime Minister for you, ma'am.
70% of people believe that your actions have damaged the monarchy.
Who does he think he's talking to?
People want glamour, tears, the grand performance. I prefer to keep my feelings to myself.
The Queen. Own it on Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday, April 24th.
Love this, Donna.
And welcome back to the campus of Virginia Tech. While we saw the worst of humanity here on Monday, we witnessed the best as well. Some ordinary people who stepped up to become extraordinary heroes. Oftentimes in a moment of crisis, when human nature is at its worst, the human spirit is at its best. When Cho Sung-wee opened fire on his fellow classmates, 32 people died, but heroes were born.
Students with minor injuries talked about pushing classmates and teachers into the back and locking doors. They were all very, very brave.
This story, like so many others, has people asking, what would we do?
I thought about, would I have been able to do that? Could I have stood up against that and not thought of myself and just thought of all those other people in the room?
You like to say you could, but most people would think of themselves first.
It's definitely been, a question right now going through everyone's minds.
It was a question answered heroically by Wesley Autry 4 months ago when he leapt into the path of a New York City subway train to save a total stranger.
I saw someone that was in distress, and I made a split-second decision.
And in 1982, when an Air Florida flight crashed into the icy waters of the Potomac.
A decision had to be made as to save that girl. So he tore his boots and jacket off and his wristwatch, and he dove in after her.
And it was here on Monday morning on the second floor of Norris Hall, room 204, where Livu Liberescu, a lecturer in engineering and mathematics, had to make one of those instantaneous life and death decisions. As the gunman approached his classroom, Liberescu, a Holocaust survivor, decided to use his own body to block the doorway, trying to buy some students precious time to jump out of the window and escape. Liberescu died, but some of those students survived.
He had huge affection for his students, and he sacrificed his life for them.
Experts say doing the unthinkable to save others is something rooted in a basic part of our DNA.
There's both a biological and psychological reason for bravery. Heroism starts in the mind and the body.
There will undoubtedly be other stories of heroics at Virginia Tech. And while the nation contemplates their sacrifices, we continue to ask, what would we do? Zach Pekowitz is a senior at Virginia Tech whose quick thinking helped save the lives of some of his classmates. He's in Portsmouth, Virginia this morning. Zach, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I know you were in Norris Hall on Monday when shots began to ring out. You didn't immediately realize what the sound you were hearing was until a young lady looked in the hall and began to scream. What was your first reaction in terms of what to do?
Well, after the girl screamed, it sunk in that, you know, there was a guy with a gun, and those were gunshots fired. You know, initially I freaked out like everybody else did. Nobody knew quite what to do. I mean, never been in a situation like that before. I just crouched down just like everybody else, got behind the teacher's podium, and just was kind of thinking to myself, what is going on, and then what to do next. And you know, and I just, you know, I don't know, initially it was just fear.
And you realized finally, looking at the door, that that was the only thing separating you and your classmates from the gunman, and there was a table nearby, and you made a very quick decision to grab that table and slide it in front of the door to block the door, and actually standing alongside the door with another classmate along the cinder blocks, and the gunman came to the door, didn't he?
Yeah, you know, I just looked up at that door, and you know, there's nothing stopping him from just waltzing in here, and we were all just pretty much sitting ducks. And so, you know, got up and said we need to barricade the door. Two of my classmates got up with me, and we slammed that the couple tables against the door, and you know, just you know, hearing gunshots go on, and eventually the gunshots got closer, and they were right outside the door, and he tried the door handle. Didn't move the door, and then he tried to shoulder his way in. The door initially popped open 6 inches, and then we all just lunged forward and slammed it back shut. That's when he proceeded to shoot two bullet holes into the center of the door, thinking we were right behind it, and trying any way he could to get in there. He then you know, unloaded his clip and proceeded to reload, and thought he was coming in for a second time, or for a second round, and you know, just he didn't try to get in a second time. He just continued down the hall firing.
And the students in your classroom were safe. And if I were to have asked you a week ago, Zach, what you would have done in a situation like this, do you think you've responded that you would have done what you did?
No, there's no way of telling what I would have done until I was put in that situation.
What happened to all the students in the class? Did they come out? Have they thanked you since the incident?
You know, we were escorted to Randolph after Norris, and we were kind of all talking, you know, just kind of figuring out what happened, and you know, we were just talking. I haven't really spoke with any of them since. Just kind of been trying to deal with this whole thing.
So Zach, in looking back, was it bravery or was it adrenaline that caused you to get out from behind that podium and grab those tables and jam them against the door?
I think it was a mixture between fear and adrenaline.
You're home with your family. When are you going to come back?
And the will to survive.
When are you coming back to school, Zach?
Right now, I'm just going to stay with my family, and you know, I'm not sure about that. Not sure when.
Well, thank you for talking to us, and I'm sure a lot of students would like to say thanks for what you did on Monday morning. Zach Pekowitz, thanks.
Thank you.
We're back right after this.
lower your voice. You're looking at the secret of hassle-free travel, okay?
You're telling me that there's a secret little person in there?
No. The fact that you can skip the line is the secret part.
Oh, it's printing. It's printing. I told you there was somebody in there.
Okay, we're leaving.
Al?
The new kiosk from Alamo. The real secret to hassle-free travel.
Well, you shake it to the left.
We believe in hips,
You shake it to the right.
not hip bones. Slim Fast helps you lose weight so you can get to your right size, not someone else's. Slim Fast. Find your Slim.
Train created the first central air system that removes up to 99.98% of the allergens from all the air that it heats or cools. Train Clean Effects. See how it works at train.com.
For those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields beginning to think about their financial future, we're TIAA-CREF. We have more than 85 years expertise building retirement plans just for you. Let our experience and personalized, objective advice help you meet your retirement goals, starting today. TIAA-CREF, financial services for the greater good.
With all you hear about menopause and hormone therapy on TV, from your friends, it's confusing. How do you know what's really true? You talk to your doctor. The best source of information about the hot flashes, night sweats, and other changes you may be experiencing. And you can get information at nomenopause.com to help prepare for when you see your doctor. Together, you can make decisions that are right for you. Get the facts. Get to your doctor or healthcare professional.
Someone's got to put this guy in jail. Bring it all on, kiddo.
Fracture is the most intelligent thriller of the year. Rolling Stone calls it diabolically fun and beautifully intricate.
You lose everything.
Hopkins and Gosling go at each other with relish.
I don't need the gun to convict you. I'm afraid you have to, old sport.
Anthony Hopkins is at his sinister best.
Does it bother you that I call you Willie? Don't make me come across this table. Willie.
Everyone has a breaking point. Fracture, rated R, starts Friday.
In third place, from Nashville, Chris Humphrey. Our runner-up from East Memphis, Patricia Jenkins. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Our winner from Hickory Hill, Smokey Steve Congratulations.
Pick up everything you need for a championship barbecue experience. It's all waiting for you at your favorite Walmart, and always at the Walmart price.
And we're back on the campus of Virginia Tech. That is Ambler Johnston dorm behind us, where the shootings began on Monday. Today on this campus, it's still early, but it's also very quiet because so many of the kids, like Zach, went home yesterday after the vigil. There was a long line of cars, parents picking up their children. Just 3 weeks left to go with school and graduation, and no classes until Monday. Hopefully, most of the kids will be back then. Some may not be.
They did want to be here for the vigil before they went home.
Absolutely. And the vigil took on a tone at the end, almost like a homecoming. They wanted to reclaim this place. Everybody was screaming, "Go Hokies, go Hokies." It was actually extremely inspiring.
Of uncertainty, I want to be in the warm heart of your love and mine, to feel you all around me and to take your hand along the sand. I bet I may as well try and catch the wind.
Capturing the wind and putting it to good use. Wind energy from GE. Some of the cleanest renewable energy on Earth.
Presenting Miracle Grow Liquifeed, the only garden feeder that works with ready-to-use liquid Miracle Grow. It's a revolutionary way to grow a great garden. Liquifeed makes feeding as easy as watering. No measuring, mixing, or guessing. Just attach, insert, and feed. Plants get the perfect balance of water and nutrients to grow twice as big. Now, nothing can hold you or your garden back. Liquifeed from Miracle Grow.
At Saturn, we pride ourselves on being different. Recently, we even did big different. Introducing the Outlook, an entirely new crossover from Saturn. Seating for 8, safety all around, and better fuel economy than any 8-passenger SUV. It's bigger, it's smarter, it's Saturn. Now, lease an Outlook XE starting at around $349 a month. Call for lease details.
Everything in the museum comes to life at night.
Gotcha, boy.
On April 24th, you can discover the biggest comedy adventure in history.
Hey, stop that. Fire up the Iron Horse, boys.
Oh!
For crying out loud.
And let your imagination run wild. Night at the Museum on DVD April 24th.
If you want to quit smoking, today's your day. Introducing new Commit Cherry Lozenges. Quitting smoking just got a little tastier.
Did you know even young skin has fine lines and pores invisible to the naked eye? Microscopic damage that gets bigger and bigger unless you nip it in the bud. Say hello to a new retroactive youth extending cream day and night. Starts to visibly shrink fine lines in 1 week. Starts to shrink pores in 4 weeks, keeping tomorrow's skin as youthful as today's. A new retroactive, new from Avon. Call your Avon representative for a brochure and say hello tomorrow.
Tonight, the emotional aftermath of the deadliest shooting in our nation's history and the families whose lives will never be the same. NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams tonight.
Stand by, guys.
Go Wireless.
It's LG Family Days at Go Wireless, Oregon's largest Verizon Wireless premium retailer. For a limited time, trade in your old cell phone for instant stored credit towards any LG product. Go Wireless now with the LG 8300 for only $49.99 and get up to 4 LG 5300s free.
Go Wireless. Go Wireless.
Experience wireless at its best.
Go Wireless.
Critics and audiences across the country are raving about The Namesake, an epic love story in the tradition of Dr. Zhivago and Out of Africa that's destined to become a classic. It spans continents and generations, beautiful and profoundly moving.
Every day has been a gift.
Glory on a huge, colorful canvas. 4 stars.
For the first time in my life, I actually feel free.
The Namesake, rated PG-13, now playing in select theaters everywhere Friday.
Choose your news, now on KGW.com. This is a News Channel 8 update.
And good morning, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis. We have a traffic alert this morning. Northeast Portland Road closed right now due to police activity. Let's go to Lynn Masterson with details for us. Lynn?
Yes, it was the Portland Police Bureau's CERT team that was serving a warrant there, Northeast Portland Highway. So what you can do between 55th and 60th with that closure still in place is just use Cully. You can cut either north or southbound and then use either Killingsworth on the south or Columbia Boulevard on the north to get around that closure. Things are fairly slow, too. I-5 northbound right from Capitol Highway now as you move through the Terwilliger curves. Let's get to that forecast. Here's Dave Zaleski.
Scattered showers out and about, overcast skies. You can see most of these showers right now, Lynn, are off into parts of northern Clark County at this time. Also out in east Multnomah County. Dry for the west side. Quick look outside right now. In Portland, we have overcast skies and we're 41 degrees. Day planner, clouds, sun breaks, and cool. And a chance of an afternoon thunderstorm once again. Daytime high 55 degrees. 7-day forecast, those showers taper off somewhat this evening. Tomorrow, some showers in the morning, then partly cloudy skies. Still cool on Thursday at 55, and finally, temperatures up near 60 on Friday. Russ, back to you.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. We're back here in 25 minutes this morning. We'll have more local news for you, including a traffic update on that situation in Northeast. I'm Russ Lewis. We'll see you then. Have a good morning.
Through Monday, it's Sleep Country's Pillow Top Mattress Sale. Save on luxurious pillow top sets from Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, even the Joseph Abboud collection. How can you top that?
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Cooney BMW, your home for Oregon's best selection of BMWs and award-winning customer service. Lease the all-new BMW X3 for just $349 per month for 24 months. Performance has a new address, Cooney BMW, corner Highway 217 and Canyon Road.
The power of one is here. One company, 1 year of savings. One of Comcast's best deals ever. Order all 3 services, just $33 each per month for 12 months when you subscribe to all 3. 100 channels of all digital TV with on-demand. Comcast high-speed internet with free McAfee security, unlimited nationwide calling, and 12 popular features. Save up to $380 over 12 months with the power of one. Call now.
Now through Tuesday, it's buy one, get one free days at Wix. Enjoy this inviting sofa and love seat for just $10.99. Get the cocktail table and 2 side tables free. Buy this 4-piece bedroom suite, only $9.99. Get the queen bed free. Choose this stylish microfiber sofa, just $6.99. Get the love seat free. Pick this 5-piece elegant dining room, now only $7.99. Get the 2 side chairs free. Plus, enjoy your furniture payment free till July 2008. So spring into Wix during buy one, get one free days. Sale ends Tuesday.
It is 8 o'clock now on a Wednesday morning, April 18th, 2007. That was the scene here on the Virginia Tech campus last night. Thousands showing up on the drill field to pay their respects to the students, the professor, colleagues, friends who were brutally murdered here on Monday morning. A moving scene. And we're back. I'm Matt Lauer along with Meredith Vieira. This is a special edition of Today here from the campus of Virginia Tech. Behind us is the dormitory, West Ambler Johnston, where the shootings all began on the 4th floor on Monday morning at about 7:45. 2 people killed in that building before the rampage continued across the campus. And now 2 days later, here is what we know so far. The shooter, a 23-year-old Korean immigrant named Cho Sung-wee, was kind of a loner. He wasn't known well to anyone, even his former roommates. But a month or so ago, he bought a couple of guns in Virginia. He bought those legally, and on Monday, he used those guns to kill 32 students and faculty members here. But of course, the big question still why, and at this moment, no motive is known.
And sadly, this is far from the first school shooting that we've ever experienced, and it probably won't be the last. Coming up, you're going to meet a young woman who has seen it all before. She is a graduate student here at Virginia Tech, and she was a freshman at Columbine High School when students Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed 12 students and a teacher 8 years ago this week. Plus, we will remember the victims. We're going to talk with some students about how they are doing after a day or two to reflect on what happened here.
All right, before we get to that, we've got NBC's Tom Costello standing by, actually sitting right next to us with an update on this story. Tom, good morning to you.
Matt, good morning. We have just learned from the Virginia Department of Health that 2 of the victims have now been released to their families. That came to us just a few moments ago, and those victims' families are now going to start the process, of course, of taking care of the victims. We can tell you more about 23-year-old Cho Sung-wee, who methodically killed 32 people here on this campus. And people here are describing him, as the teachers and also his fellow students, as being a loner and, quote, a ticking time bomb, a brooding, profoundly disturbed young man who wore sunglasses inside, they say, and who rarely spoke. And when he did, he spoke in whispers and at times even grunts. His former roommate tells us that, in fact, he didn't say much at all to him. He wrote 2 exceedingly violent plays, and it so concerned his fellow students and even the professor that the professor requested that he be removed from her classroom. We can also tell you that he left behind a rambling note lashing out at privileged students and also at society. And a New York Times report this morning indicates that some psychotic medications were found with his belongings, we should say, in his dorm room. There is also a degree of anger here on the campus about that 2-hour delay in notifying the people on campus that there had been that original first shooting. So now the governor of Virginia has asked for an investigative review of this entire police activity, if you will, or the investigative process and what went down during the morning hours on Monday. And we can tell you that there is also a lot of anxiety on campus as to whether anybody here might have been able to do anything more when they knew that somebody so profoundly disturbed was on campus and needed some help.
Yeah, the stages of this disaster: shock, mourning, and then a lot of questions are going to be asked. Tom Costello. Tom, thanks very much. Sure. Now here's Meredith.
Thank you, Matt. Regina Rohde has lived through 2 nightmares now. The Virginia Tech graduate student was a freshman at Columbine High School when 2 students went on that deadly shooting spree. Regina, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. As I just said, it was 1999. You were a freshman at Columbine. You were in the cafeteria when the whole thing began, and now, 8 years later, you're at Virginia Tech. You've moved on in your life. You get up in the morning. You live off campus. You hear what's going on again at your school. What went through your mind, Regina?
The first thought through my head was just probably the same reaction of a lot of people. How could this be happening? The news immediately was very vague. We didn't know what was going on. And it was a lot of the same reactions. What's going on? Who's hurt? What do we do? Where do we go? How are we safe? Where are we safe? Because at the time, there were still reports of a gunman on the loose. So it was just those same kind of questions that we asked ourselves at the very beginning of everything.
So it felt sort of like deja vu for you then?
I mean, it would, but for some reason I didn't really go back to that day 8 years ago until quite a bit later, when I'd had time to start almost absorbing what was going on. I don't think it's really hit a lot of people yet, the gravity of the situation. I think myself included haven't really come to understand yet what's truly gone on. We don't know a lot, and I think, like I said, it just took a while for me to even make that connection in my own head.
Well, also in Columbine, you were in the middle of it all because you were in the cafeteria when the gunman broke in, when the students broke in. Here you're at a bit of a distance, but does it make a difference?
I don't think it makes a huge difference, simply because I was one of the very extremely lucky ones that was able to get out of my high school before even the first calls went into the police. So I did spend the good majority of that day sitting in a nearby home watching the news, similar to what I did here. I think it was a little harder then because it was such a small community, small school, but the gravity of the situation here is no less than what happened at our school.
What do the students face, do you think, in the days and the weeks and the months ahead?
There's a lot of healing that has to be done. Right now, I know it feels like your heart's broken, the pieces are everywhere, and it's going to take time. Right now, people are living minute to minute, not being able to cope with anything further out in the future than that. Eventually, it becomes hour to hour, week to week, where you can eventually start planning that long ahead in your life again. And it takes a lot of time to pick those pieces back up again and continue on, and normalcy never comes back. It's a different definition of normal.
Do you ever get back your sense of security? Does it ever come back?
Yes and no. You can go about your daily life not constantly looking around you and looking at the people around you and saying, what's going on, who's around me. You get to a point where that's not an everyday occurrence, but it takes a long time. It's taken years to get to that point. But again, it's something that you never get back to, that complete sense of security.
I can't let you go with that because we talked for a long time yesterday on the phone, and you were hesitant to do this interview, in part because you lived through Columbine and you had real questions about the way the media covers these kinds of stories.
Right.
What are we doing right and what are we doing wrong?
At least with our experience at Columbine, we felt a lot like we didn't have the time and the space that we needed to be the community. Media, and I understand the media needs to be there, needs to tell the story, get it out to the world, and I understand that. But at the same time, we do need our space. We can't have the media always there every single moment. I mean, anytime there was a gathering of, 20, 50 students, there was some media outlet there hounding us, wanting to be there. So I think it's good. The community really has come together and has invited the media.
Should we back off a little, do you think, and give people a chance to heal?
I think the community's going to need that. I think it really my advice would be to take the cues of the community, the Virginia Tech. We want to show the world that we are strong, we are a family, we will get through this, but at the same time we do need some space to be together, to gather as Hokies and have our experiences and be able to talk together.
There is an expression, strong at the broken places. When a broken bone heals, it is stronger, and this community is already showing strength. Regina Rohde, thank you so much for joining us at this difficult time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we're going to go over to Al, I believe, for the weather. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Ann. Ann at the news desk. I apologize.
No worries. And good morning once again, everybody. Today, a key decision from the Supreme Court. It upheld a federal ban on what opponents call partial birth abortion. The 5-4 ruling said the ban does not violate a woman's constitutional right to an abortion. Today in Iraq, 4 separate bombings killed at least 157 people and wounded more than 200. The deadliest blast happened in a market in Baghdad when a car bomb exploded in a crowd of workers. The violence comes as the president and congressional leaders meet on war funding amid pressure to set a timetable for troop withdrawal. This morning, Japan's prime minister condemned the brazen shooting of the mayor of Nagasaki, killed Tuesday, reportedly by an organized crime leader. Police have arrested a suspect who say was angry that the city refused to pay him after his car was damaged at a public construction site. 2 Secret Service agents were wounded on Tuesday outside of the White House when one of their guns accidentally fired. Their injuries are said to be non-life-threatening. New research suggests switching from gasoline to ethanol may raise ozone levels and cause more smog-related deaths in certain parts of this nation. Many, including President Bush, have touted ethanol as a more environmentally friendly alternative at the pump. Well, the new study, based on computer models and conducted by a Stanford University professor, is being published today by the Environmental Science and Technology Journal. And hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses are without power from North Carolina to Maine after the spring nor'easter that has now claimed at least 17 lives. And flooding is still a problem this morning in parts of New Jersey. And take a look at this, an unusual sighting for New Yorkers on Tuesday. A 15-foot whale spotted in a bay in Brooklyn. Authorities believe the whale was following a school of fish and lost its way. It is now 8:11. Let's now turn back to Virginia Tech, where Matt and Meredith are standing by.
All right, Ann, thank you very much. And we want to get back to Al Roker, who's out in North Dakota this morning. Al, take it away.
Hey, thanks, guys. We are in North Dakota, West Fargo, North Dakota, as our Lend a Hand Today tour continues. We've got a great charity to tell you about in the next hour. But first, let's take a look, show you what's going on as far as your weather is concerned. As we see, our pick city of the day today is Fargo, North Dakota. WVLY, NBC 11, mostly sunny, mild today. Temperature getting up to 63 degrees. A little chilly right now, but all in all, going to be a beautiful day. As we see, we've got windy conditions across the eastern plains. We've got rain working its way up into the upper Mississippi River Valley, the mid-Mississippi River Valley, down into the Gulf Coast. Sunshine, mid-Atlantic states, down into Florida. Texas looking nice and toasty. 87 degrees in Brownsville today. 58 in San Francisco. Some clouds and showers in the Pacific Northwest. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning. Our Skycam this morning comes to you from out at Cape Gowanda, up at Pacific City. Overcast skies, some breaks, and some raindrops hitting our camera lens on this early Wednesday morning. Same scenario as we've had the past couple of days. Upper level trough right there up off the south end of Vancouver Island. Around that, you get this nice little jet stream that these showers just fall right into as they come in out of the Gulf of Alaska. Very cool conditions. Daytime high 55, maybe a chance of an afternoon thunder shower.
That's your latest weather. Meredith?
Al, thanks very much. Up next, remembering one of the first victims of the massacre here at Virginia Tech. His friends, they call him Stack. That's right after this.
Credit card debt, home repair, college tuition. With all your bills, where will you be when your adjustable rate mortgage increases, which could raise your monthly payments by as much as 30%? Call Lending Tree before one thing does lead to another. Refinance now while rates are close to historic lows. With rates as low as 5.625% and APR of 5.989%, you can keep your home on solid ground. Call 1-800-555-TREE. Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
1 hour ago, a disaster took place. Now, one man has 3 hours to change the past.
You don't have a clue what's coming.
Denzel Washington.
You don't have to do this. Because I already have.
Deja Vu. Own it on DVD and Blu-ray disc April 24th.
Uh-oh. Allergies. To what? The rug? The plant? The puppy? Oh, what could it possibly be?
If your environment changes and your allergies get worse, it's important to talk to your doctor. He can help figure out the cause of your new allergy. He may prescribe an allergy medicine like Zyrtec and suggest simple changes like wearing a mask when you vacuum. Zyrtec is the #1 prescribed allergy medicine in the U.S. It's approved to treat outdoor allergies like grass and tree pollen and indoor allergies like dust and pet dander. Zyrtec's most common side effects in adults are tiredness, drowsiness, and dry mouth. Lots of allergies. Just one Zyrtec.
C'est quoi le nom de la cible?
Parce qu'on connaît jamais vraiment le nom de quelqu'un.
C'est quoi le plan?
On peut jamais vraiment parler de plan.
Où est-ce qu'on peut cacher le truc?
Est-ce qu'on peut jamais vraiment cacher quelque chose?
T'as fini avec ta philosophie à deux balles?
Derrière les toilettes.
Comment tu peux cacher quelque chose derrière des toilettes s'il n'y a pas de devant?
Exactement.
Listen, Artie, if you think this whole mad scene ain't dope, I feel you, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to get up in your grill or raise your roof or whatever. But what I am screaming is, yo, oh, no, you didn't. You know, you're getting on my last nerve. And then I'll know it's whack.
Shrek's back. Only this time, he's not so far away from your nearest Walmart. Pick up your Shrek to third gear, all at Walmart, and always at the Walmart price.
Double mocha cappuccinos with whip and sprinkle. Welcome to Now. Right now, you're about to scarf down that beverage faster than you can pronounce it. Good thing you know about new Special K2O protein water. It could save you from this now, and it could help keep your mind off the mocha whatevers. New Special K2O protein water. 5 grams of protein, 50 calories, 3 delicious flavors. What's the difference between a sweet snack and a sweet snack that satisfies? Now you know. The difference is K. Find it in the diet and nutrition aisle.
It's the Stainmaster Flooring Fashion Premiere, featuring the latest looks in high-fashion flooring from Stainmaster Carpet. Gorgeous new patterns, stunning new colors, luxurious styles to transform any room. Bring the enduring beauty of Stainmaster Carpet to your home during the Stainmaster Flooring Fashion Premiere. Stainmaster Carpet, always stylish, always beautiful. For a retailer near you, visit Stainmaster.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the campus of Virginia Tech in a special edition of Today. We are left wondering today what could have been for the victims of this shooting on Monday morning. And one student who is really standing out is a senior who is simply known as Stack. Here's NBC's Martin Savage.
Early on, Ryan Clark came to represent the sacrifice at Virginia Tech. Among the first to die, he was also among the first to be named. In the immediate hours afterward, his was one of the first faces we could tie to tragedy. That's not surprising, friends say, since he would have been among the first to help.
He's a very altruistic person. He would give and give and give and never thought about himself.
As a resident advisor on the 4th floor of West Ambler Johnston Dormitory, where the shooting began, it's believed he came across the gunman after hearing the commotion. But where he ranks on a list of victims is nowhere near as important as where he stood in a life rich with promise. Clark was just 1 month away from his 23rd birthday and graduating with 3 majors: biology, psychology, and English. He had a 4.0 grade point average and was aiming for a PhD. He had a future as bright as his smile.
Kind-hearted, just a ball of joy.
Outside their family home near Augusta, his twin, Brian, said the fact that Ryan stood out is no shock. It was how his brother said he wanted to live.
He always said, doesn't matter what I do, I just want to be successful at it.
A memorial service for Ryan Clark is planned for this Saturday. Many, including absolute strangers, are expected to attend. And what would Clark tell them?
He wouldn't want you to dwell on this, but to continue to live life to its fullest, as he did every day.
The young man who we remember as one of the first to fall would say mourning him is the last thing he'd want us to do. For today, Martin Savage, NBC News, Atlanta.
Ryan also worked each summer at a place called Camp Big Heart. It's for people with disabilities. Ariel Perlmutter, Liz Hodap, and Bethany Berg were friends and fellow counselors there. Ladies, good morning to all of you, and my condolences on your loss.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I start with something a little brighter for a change here? You know, I've been here 2 days, ladies, and every time I've heard Ryan's name mentioned, or I've mentioned it to a group of students here, and I'm sitting right in front of his dormitory, everybody says the smile. The smile. And I can almost see you guys starting to smile as I mention it. Why was that?
Well, if you look at his pictures, Ryan had the brightest, most outstanding smile that could just make you smile even in your worst moment.
That's very true. I mean, no matter how tough things were, Ryan always had a smile on his face. Even if he was frustrated, you know, he still kept a smile on, and that kind of kept everyone else going as well.
He just had a way, if you were down or you were upset or there wasn't a smile on your face, he was just going to make sure that he put one there.
I understand he was the kind of guy that was always eager to listen to anything you had to say, in particular if you had a problem.
Yes, that's definitely true. We always knew that we could go to Ryan if we were feeling down about anything or frustrated, and you know, we knew that he would always listen and offer very sound advice, and he just was always such a wonderful friend.
Tell me about this Camp Big Heart and what Stack meant to it.
Well, Camp Big Heart is a 2-week residential camp that we do every summer, and it is sponsored by Civitan, and Civitan's mission is to help those with developmental disabilities, and they actually support a research hospital in Birmingham that is making great strides in autism. Ryan came to our camp almost 8 years ago and has been there every year since, and he started as a volunteer, then worked his way up to staff, and has been our music director for the last several years. It's just very difficult to really put into words how much Ryan actually meant to Camp Big Heart. I mean, he, you know, was just so amazing, and he, you know, we couldn't have camp without him. It's going to be very difficult because all of the campers remembered him, and you know, every year they would come back, and when we were signing them in, they would ask about him and wonder where he was to make sure they got to see him as soon as they got there. You know, I think it's going to be very difficult this year when we're having to answer that question for a lot of the campers who don't quite understand what's going on.
And I know he was somebody who was coming to the aid of a young lady up in his dormitory when he encountered this gunman. I know a lot of people are not surprised that he would offer assistance at a time like that. And I'm also told that you ladies are going to start some kind of a scholarship fund in his name, which I think is a fitting tribute. And again, everything we've heard about this young man, he had an enormous future, and he was incredibly important to the people around him. So Ariel, Liz, and Bethany, we thank you very much for sharing your memories of Stack with us.
And thank you for keeping him in your memories as well.
We will, and again, our condolences. And we're back from Virginia Tech right after these messages.
We all have internal plumbing, but for some of us, it can be a problem. You know, frequent bladder urges. You worry your pipes might leak, so it's hard to always do things spur of the moment. That's why you should talk to your doctor about how to take care with Vesicare. Vesicare, once a day, can reduce urges and may help effectively manage bladder leakage day and night. If you have certain types of stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems, do not take Vesicare. While taking Vesicare, if you experience a serious allergic reaction, severe abdominal pain, or become constipated for 3 or more days, tell your doctor right away. Common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, blurred vision, and indigestion. Fewer urges, the chance to be more spontaneous. It doesn't have to be a pipe dream. Ask your doctor today if Vesicare is right for you.
One true story has America's top critics believing.
I'm working on the most important book of the 20th century. Howard Hughes.
His biography.
The New York Times raves it's marvelously entertaining and very funny.
That's an exact quote.
The Hoax. Rated R. Now in select theaters everywhere this Friday.
Singular, the network with the fewest dropped calls, has been raising the bar. Now, by adding the strength of the most complete and secure network, AT&T will be raising it even higher. Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car. Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car. Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car.
Hey, boy, how you doing? What have you guys been up to? Man, I love that car.
With more horsepower than a BMW 525i and America's best warranty, it's no wonder Hyundai Sonata owners love their cars so much. Hyundai, smart move.
Where does it hurt? New Aleve liquid gels can make it better.
My neck has been getting really painful.
With a sore back, it's hard to paddle.
My knee is where it hurts.
Now for the first time, liquid speed meets Aleve strength. In new Aleve liquid gels, all-day relief for painful joints, backs, and muscles.
My knee's nice and happy again. It's nice and loose.
I didn't even think about the pain.
I can focus on that rock.
Where does it hurt? Aleve can make it better liquid fast.
It's your plan. Do what you want to do. It's time for terrific savings at our Furniture-ific sale. Save up to 50% on furniture throughout the store. So get moving. The sale this big won't last long. Only at Pier 1. Thirsty lips? Get hydration drenched in color. Introducing new Hydrocolor lipstick from Almay in 32 rich, refreshing shades. Quenching, refreshing hydration that instantly revitalizes and nourishes. Hypoallergenic with plant extracts, vitamin E, and 100 times more water than regular lipsticks. So your lips feel as beautiful as they look. New Hydrocolor lipstick. Only from Almay.
Each year, a farm in Oregon is transformed into one of the most colorful in America. The Iversons invite you to the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival, presented by Providence Health Plan. Find fresh-cut flowers, a gift shop, kids fun, and more. Experience the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival this weekend.
Tyler Scott, great at making the big save, not so great at studying. Sylvan has a tutor for that. Victoria Winter knows how to get ready for the dance, needs to get ready for college. Sylvan has a tutor for that. Call 800-EDUCATE now. Sylvan can help children at every grade and every stage with reading, math, writing, homework, study skills, SAT, ACT prep, and more. See why more teachers choose Sylvan for their own children over any other single tutor. Call your local Sylvan expert at 800-EDUCATE today.
Cooney BMW, your home for Oregon's best selection of BMWs and award-winning customer service. Lease the all-new BMW X3 for just $349 per month for 24 months. Performance has a new address. Cooney BMW, corner Highway 217 and Canyon Road.
Miller Paint. This is the Northwest. This is our paint.
This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, I'm Nancy Francis, along with Debbie Duran. Students are back to class at Washington State University's Vancouver campus, hours after a threat forced the evacuation of the school. We're told last night's threat insinuates the same tragic situation at Virginia Tech would also happen at WSU in Vancouver. Authorities say it does not appear anyone was ready to carry it out. Now here's Lynn Masterson with a final look at our morning drive. And Lynn, we understand you want to update us on a closure due to some police activity?
Indeed, that is the case, Nancy. It's Northeast Portland Highway that's shut down between 55th and 60th. And Portland police on the scene, they did actually issue a search warrant there earlier this morning. 10 people now have been detained, and we do have that closure in place. You can use Killingsworth to the south or Columbia Boulevard to the north to get around it. Plus a stall, too, on the Sunset Highway eastbound near the top of the Sylvan Hill. That's created a backup. Let's get to the forecast. Here's Dave.
Lynn, thanks very much. Sun breaks and showers for much of the morning. Thunder showers possible by midday. Daytime high 55 degrees. On our 7-day forecast, showers will taper off this evening. Drier but still cool tomorrow. You're watching Northwest News Channel 8.
Tonight, the Trailblazers wrap up the season by hosting Golden State
On a night the team celebrates the 30th anniversary of its championship by retiring the jersey of Lionel Hollins. Coverage starts at 6:30 tonight, right here on Northwest News Channel 8.
Jim Twitzel here. With tons of merchandise on the books, we're launching an inventory tax clearance sale with 30% off all remaining warehouse and showroom inventory. Furnish with style and finish on budget at Twitzel's Furniture in Delta Park. Talk with you next time.
You may already know that the Toyota Prius Hybrid gets a rating of 60 miles per gallon. You may know that owning a Prius can save you more than $13,000 over 5 years. But what you may not know is that you don't have to wait to get a new Prius. Yours is waiting for you at your Toyota dealer, where you can get Prius now with an economic savings bonus that can save you up to $2,000. The Toyota Prius, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Want to know why you should think of Town & Country Chevrolet this spring? It's because Tahoes and Suburbans are $9,000 off MSRP, and Silverado Z71s are $27,988. And after your trade-in bonus, it's $26,988. You'll clearly see the savings on every Chevrolet. So great prices, selection, and service are reasons why T&C should be first on your list. It's an American revolution at the spring clearance at Town & Country Chevrolet in Milwaukee. Drive home happy.
Jim Twitzel here. With tons of merchandise on the books, we're launching an inventory tax clearance sale with 30% off all remaining warehouse and showroom inventory. Furnish with style and finish on budget at Twitzel's Furniture in Delta Park. Talk with you next time.
Tonight, Jay's all new with Spider-Man 3's Tobey Maguire, Tori Spelling, Wicked, and shocking audience confessions. Then on Conan, 30 Rock's Tracy Morgan and Jim Gaffigan with a Pale Force tonight.
8:30 now on this Wednesday morning, April 18th, 2007. Welcome back to this special edition of Today, Massacre at Virginia Tech. President Bush has come and gone. The formal convocation completed. An evening's candlelight vigil ending a day of grief, mourning, and emotional outpouring. And now this campus is beginning to cope with the overwhelming sadness of the deaths here and a crush of media attention from around the world. I'm Meredith Vieira, along with Matt Lauer, and of course we here at NBC have been part of that media onslaught, trying to deliver the facts and the emotion of what unfolded here in Blacksburg, Virginia, and we have heard from a lot of you folks at home.
That's right. We've gotten a lot of emails on a variety of subjects. Some people talking about the media, other people talking, and some people angry, by the way, at Virginia Tech's handling of this shooting in the early stages. I want to read you a few emails. This one is anonymous, but from Virginia. My anger lies with the school officials who neglected to share the information of the earliest shooting with the students immediately after it was relayed to them. Lives could have been spared had they shut the campus down at that moment.
Yeah, but on the other hand, George from Missouri says it is important not to lose focus here, writing, what should be in the forefront is that the hopes and dreams of these young, wonderful men and women are gone. These should-haves and what-ifs no longer matter. The only blame here lies entirely on the young man that chose to pull the trigger.
I have one here from, this is from Jasmine in California, who kind of brings up the sad reality of this whole situation. College, the days when we're supposed to be adults, coming into our own and leaving all the pettiness behind us, it is a sad day when you have to fear getting an education.
And then on a positive note, Janice from Virginia writes, I would just like to say how impressed I am with the students at Virginia Tech. During the interviews on NBC, they have shown maturity beyond their years, and they are to be commended.
And by the way, we've got more of these emails that we've gathered on our website at todayshow.com. You can go there and read them. You can also leave us your thoughts on our website and learn more about this story as well.
And coming up, a lot of people are talking about the fact that the gentleman who shot everybody, if I want to use the word gentleman, probably the wrong word. The gunman. How did he have such easy access to two guns? It's raised the debate about gun control. Again, we're going to hear from both sides. We're also going to tell you how you can reassure your children that they're not in danger when they go to school.
And we'll also see how the quiet community of Blacksburg, Virginia is trying to come to terms with all this. But first, let's go out west to West Fargo, North Dakota, and Al Roker for a check of the weather. Al, good morning.
Matt, Meredith, good morning to you. And we are here on our Lend a Hand Today tour, day 3. We'll be revealing our charity in the next hour. But first, let's take a look. Out here, they're expecting another big storm coming into parts of the west. Rain in the lower elevations, but in the upper elevations, we're talking some snow. In fact, the Wasatch Mountains, the mountains of Idaho, we're looking at anywhere from a foot to as much as 18 inches of snow. So winter still hanging tough back out west. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. And back to
lots of clouds on the coast at Newport and lots of showers coming down the coast at Newport as well. As a matter of fact, not a big change from yesterday, folks. Still have a very cool and damp air mass up over the Pacific Northwest, so we're going to see scattered showers throughout the morning into the afternoon. Cool air aloft, and that means snow at low elevations like 2,000 to 2,500 feet, which means not just lower elevations in the Cascades, but perhaps even some wet snow and rain mixed in the Coast Range. Our high today.
Al, thank you very much. Meanwhile, back here at Virginia Tech, the tragic shootings have a lot of people wondering, was it too easy for the gunman to get access to 2 guns? NBC's Don Teague has more on that. Don, good morning.
Well, Meredith, for a lot of students here, this is a time about grieving and mourning. It's certainly not a time to talk politics. But if you've listened to talk radio, you know that suddenly gun control is a hot topic, and it's on the minds of some students here as well. Investigators say Cho Sung-hui used 2 widely available handguns to systematically shoot his victims. The most powerful, a Glock 9mm like this one, on sale in this California gun store for $500. To buy this gun in California requires a background check and a 10-day waiting period.
That's a gun just like the one you sold them?
Yes. But in Virginia, with more lenient gun laws, Cho was able to buy his Glock plus 50 rounds of ammunition and a 15-shot magazine and leave the store with it the same day. It was March 13th.
I feel such despair over what's happened. I couldn't have done anything any different. The law was followed.
Cho bought the other gun he used in the shootings at a local pawn shop. As a permanent legal resident, he was entitled to buy guns. As students at Virginia Tech mourned, some also called for stricter gun control.
Something like a weapon that can do so much damage, it shouldn't be so easily accessible.
It was a hot topic, too, on talk radio stations across the country.
I don't think gun control will help it a bit. I think a well-armed, well-trained citizenry to shoot these people dead is exactly what we need.
The Brady Law once required at least a 5-day waiting period to buy a handgun in every state. But Congress let that part of the law expire in 1998, and there's been no political momentum to bring it back. Today, while all states require background checks, only 12 also mandate waiting periods, and 17 states require handgun buyers to get a permit.
In this country, we have made it too easy for too many people too quickly to get such powerful weaponry.
Still, opponents say even the nation's toughest gun laws wouldn't have prevented the tragedy at Virginia Tech.
Really, I don't think the 10-day waiting period or anything else would have helped in this situation.
Well, the politics is heating up on this as well, but the bottom line, say those who oppose tougher gun laws, is that people like Cho will always find a way to get a gun, whether it's legal or not, and the blame should remain on the person responsible for this tragedy.
And it's one of those debates that will go on and on.
It certainly will.
Don Teague, thank you so much. Up next, the Virginia Tech community is reeling over this tragedy. We're going to see how they are coping and also how you can deal with this with your children, what to say to them, particularly children who are waking up very scared about going to school. But first, this is Today on NBC.
.1 Charlie FM. We play everything.
No. No.
Let us show you how easy a McCord's car or truck purchase can be, or check us out at VancouverToyota.com.
At McCord's, my buying experience was excellent. The minute I walked in there, they were the nicest group of people and the most professional group of people I've ever met, and that's the truth. You can bet my next purchase will be from McCord's.
At McCord's Vancouver Toyota, we appreciate your business and we show it every day. Come see us or check us out at VancouverToyota.com.
If you're looking for a car or a truck, go to McCord's.
Only at Dania. Showrooms that will inspire you. Style that's functional and affordable. Create a home as unique as you are. You'll find Dania in Portland and Beaverton, or visit us online at DaniaFurniture.com.
Why do you trust Oil Can Henry's?
Because changing my own oil is a hassle.
No waiting rooms. We get to relax in the car.
Because
they're friendly and convenient.
Because there's one handy wherever we go. Oh, because they use Castrol Syntec motor oil with a unique and proprietary formula that reduces harmful deposit formation to help my vehicle maintain maximum horsepower.
Oil Can Henry's, the one you can trust.
One night in Bangkok, the world's your
time. 97.1 Charlie FM. We play everything.
Welcome back to a special edition of Today. The tragedy at Virginia Tech has obviously sent shockwaves across the campus, but you also have to look at the campus and the town of Blacksburg, Virginia. Today, national correspondent Tiki Barber is here now with a look at how the community is coping with this disaster. Tiki, good to see you.
Likewise, good to see you. Thank you, Matt. Good morning. As devastating as Monday's rampage was for the students and faculty at Virginia Tech, it was also very devastating for the community of Blacksburg, Virginia, just over 41,000. Like every small college town in America, there's a sense of innocence in Blacksburg, Virginia. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Southern Virginia, Virginia Tech, a university full of community pride, never imagined it would take center stage in an American tragedy. We all saw Columbine and said, that's somewhere else.
That's somewhere else. It's not in Blacksburg.
Yeah, but all of a sudden,
it's here in Blacksburg.
How does that make you guys feel?
I guess I kind of feel like now we're a part of the real world.
At times, bad things happen, but I think it would be very hard in our society to be able to just lock everything down. We are still a free and open society.
A society whose attention this week has been focused on the students and their parents. But in towns like these, with a diverse local community, the hurt reaches beyond campus.
I've lived here all of my life, up here and up here, and I can only imagine how the families are feeling. It's sad.
Though faced with an unspeakable act of violence, it's not lost its small town feel or sense of security.
I've got 3 small children, and if I didn't feel like they were safe, I wouldn't continue to live here.
So while most are still in shock, they understand that the hurt may linger, but that the healing will come from collective compassion.
Bring it back like it was. I don't know if we can ever do that, but we can lift up in prayer the people that were affected by the tragedy.
And together they came to a vigil on what's called the drill. They held candles aloft in mourning as taps played in the background. Students, faculty, parents, and townspeople, a community of Hokies united. And Matt, I grew up the road in Roanoke, Virginia, and my mother and father went to school up here in Blacksburg, and so I spent a lot of my childhood here. And you realize that towns like these, the community supports it. A lot of the faculty have relationships in the community, and they're just as devastated as the students and everyone else.
I like this town. You know, traveling around a little bit in front of the stores and restaurants and hotels, you see those portable signs that they put up that say, God bless you, Virginia Tech, and things like that. And to show the hearts of the people here, they've even forgiven you. I've seen you walk around for being a UVA graduate.
Being a Wahoo, but we all appreciate, this is God's country down here. It's beautiful, the mountains, the foliage, and everybody has a sense of community wherever you go.
It's been good having you down here, Tiki.
Thank you.
We
Glad
appreciate
to be here.
it. We're going to be back with much more of a special edition of Today on a Wednesday morning, right after this.
When you need a new vacuum, Stark's is the only place to go. For the biggest selection of vacuums, hand vacs, and carpet cleaners, all backed by Stark's Best Price Guarantee, plus free assembly and carryout.
This is Jim Stark, inviting you to discover the Stark's difference at any one of our 8 convenient locations.
Experience the quality, choice, and value of Riverside Homes. Enjoy affordable pricing and innovative designs from quality partners. Like Paulson's Floor Coverings, a family-owned business for 87 years, offering quality countertops and flooring from carpet and wood to natural stones and vinyl. Discover more quality, choice, and value at riversidehome.com.
Tom Collins presents Champions on Ice. Experience the excitement, the comedy, and the artistry of the hottest show on ice. Sasha Cohen, Evgeny Plashenko, Irina Slutskaya, Evan Lysacek, and many more of the world's best in a symphony of sight and sound like nothing you've ever experienced. See the world's best in the hottest show on ice.
Sunday, June 3rd at the Rose Garden. Get your tickets at ComcastTIX.com.
Now through Tuesday, it's buy one, get one free days at Wex. Enjoy this inviting sofa and love seat for just $10.99. Get the cocktail table and 2 side tables free. Buy this 4-piece bedroom suite, only $9.99. Get the queen bed free. Choose this stylish microfiber sofa, just $6.99. Get the love seat free. Pick this 5-piece elegant dining room, now only $7.99. Get the 2 side chairs free. Plus, enjoy your furniture payment free till July 2008. So spring into Wex during buy one, get one free days. Sale ends Tuesday.
When you need a new vacuum, Stark's is the only place to go. For the biggest selection of vacuums, hand vacs, and carpet cleaners, all backed by Stark's Best Price Guarantee, plus free assembly and carryout.
This is Jim Stark, inviting you to discover the Stark's difference at any one of our 8 convenient locations.
Welcome back to Blacksburg, Virginia. This tragedy has not only shocked and saddened the Virginia Tech family, it has also rocked families across the nation. Early this morning, I spoke to psychologist Neil Bernstein and Pastor Tommy McDearus of the Blacksburg Baptist Church, who's been working with many of the families who lost loved ones here. And I started by asking the pastor if he's ever had to deal with anything that compares to this.
There isn't anything in America that compares to this. It's the worst tragedy that the country's experienced like this, and certainly the worst our small town and community has experienced.
So what have you been saying? I know you went over to the hospital, you talked to people, some children recovering, others who lost loved ones. What do you say to them?
When you're there with the ones who have been wounded, you just try to assure them that they're going to be all right, that things are going to be okay, that they'll get back to their lives. You're just there with them. You try to do exactly the same thing with the ones who've lost loved ones. You let them know they're not alone. You let them know that they're not going to be alone, and that there'll be people there to try to help them through that tragedy.
And I know that you are a minister, but does it shake you to your core?
Oh, it does. It shakes you. It really stops you in your tracks and makes you evaluate everything that you think and you believe and what's important to you.
Neil, we talked yesterday about how children all over the country and parents all over the country are responding to this, and it does start to sink in. Day 2 seems harder than day 1, and so on. How do you talk to your kids about this, and break it down from the littlest child to maybe all the way up to teenage years about what's happened here?
First of all, the littlest child doesn't really understand this in the way that an older child does. They don't have a sense of abstract reasoning and death as we know it. They think about it very concretely. Quick example, a little child I was working with a few years ago was getting upset because her sister was teasing her about a leg, and I said, how does it make you feel? She pulls my hair, and I say, ow! And she says, that's how it feels. That's how little children think, so we have to talk on their level.
Is it better to keep this away from them? Or?
Well, you know, we don't want to get them involved in our obsessiveness about this. We as a nation are mourning and watching this constantly, and we don't want to put that much fear into a little child that's more than they can handle. We have to insulate them from that a little bit. If your child is waking up with nightmares from hearing you talking about it all the time, maybe you're going over the top. So basically, I know this sounds a little terrible, but sometimes you have to distort the facts a little for the benefit of the child so that they're not terrified.
And what about for the older children where you cannot distort facts because they're seeing it and
The
hearing
older
it?
children, we can put it out there, and we need to model how we feel, how horrible it is, how our heart goes out to them, and we want to encourage them to express what they're feeling, not necessarily by questioning them or interrogating them, just by opening the door, making observations, and talking about what's going on and what we're hearing. And it's a lot more comfortable for them to do it that way. They don't like to be interrogated.
Yeah, plus a lot of kids these days communicate via the internet. That's really their source of communication. Does that affect how you should be responding to them?
Yeah, well, first of all, we have to understand that's a whole different world than the one we reside in, the world of cyberspace. Kids are IMing, and they're blogging, and they're putting things in their websites and their MySpaces. Things that we may or may not know about, often we don't, but that's where they put out what they really feel because that's where it's safe. What we want to do is bridge that gap to whatever extent possible. Great experience for parents. I did this last night. Go into a teen chat room and watch what's going on, and you'll get a great feeling for how the adolescent community is doing.
And Pastor, any final words?
We're trying to be together and bring everyone together. Everyone wants to be at the community right now, and so we're going to do everything we know how to just reach out and pull everyone into one team and one family.
Pastor McPherson, thank you so much, for your thoughts, and also Neil again. Thanks. We'll be right back, but first, this is Today on NBC.
At City Liquidators, Portland's best selection for office furniture, like leather chair, $388, executive desk, $12.99, matching bookcase, $15.88. For all your office furniture, it's City Liquidators, east end of the Morrison Bridge.
With its 3.5-liter, 244-horsepower engine, a drive-by-wire throttle system, and 5-speed automatic transmission, the Odyssey from Honda may be called a minivan, but it doesn't mean you have to treat it like one. Just don't forget to hold on. The exhilarating Odyssey from Honda. Get APR financing as low as 0.9% on 2007 Odyssey models for well-qualified buyers.
We love spring, and spring means it's time to get our lawns and gardens into shape. And right now, Al's Garden Centers are filled with all your spring favorites, like our famous Grown by Al's hanging baskets. We've grown thousands of baskets in many different sizes for both sun and shade, ready to bring fantastic spring color to your home. Fall in love with gardening at Al's Garden Center.
Hi, Ellie Platt at City Liquidators Furniture Warehouse. Just in 100% leather recliners, $567, or leather chair and ottoman, $497. Leather club chair, $297. City Liquidators, furniture for every room in your home. East end of the Morrison Bridge.
We're back with a special edition of Today from Virginia Tech. It's only been 48 hours since this tragedy unfolded. That's not a lot of time, but already people here are starting to look to the future and starting to look ahead. Sarah Sexton, Adil Khan, Greg Sagstetter, and James Tiger are all students at Virginia Tech and are active in student government. Folks, good morning to all of you. Good morning. I want to talk about two events that happened yesterday, the end of the convocation and the candlelight vigil last night. And I know you had a lot to do with putting that together. As Meredith and I were talking before, it seemed like a chance for the students and faculty and people in the community to say, time to take it back. Is that how you felt about it?
You know, that convocation was actually organized by the administration, and that was an incredible way to start off the day. But when you see the students come together, purely student-run that vigil, and we had over 30,000 students, faculty, just community supporters show up. That just
you
shows
said it was one of the most important events you've been to.
The most important event I've ever been to in my entire life, and had the privilege to be a part of. And I think that James and Sarah.
The emotion as people stood up, let's go Hokies. I mean, it seemed like a sporting event, which clearly it was, and it was a little out of place, but so moving at the same time.
Well, it demonstrated the unity that our student body has, because, you know, it happened at the end of the convocation, and I think that's what really moved a lot of people. And then again at the vigil, just an amazing sight to see.
Greg, you have avoided looking at the names of the victims. Why?
Yes, sir. Well,
we came together within a few hours of the news and wanted to put something together for the student body to bring the Hokie Nation together. And as student leaders, we were focused, or at least I know I was focused on making sure that the support services were in order and things like this. So,
how much support are the students going to need, in your opinion? I mean, what's needed to help the students get over this and get past this? Not forget it, but get past it.
There have been definitely counseling centers set up for students by the administration here, but really what they're going to need is each other, and they've shown it. And the student leaders gathered not after everything was settled. We started to chat immediately when we heard of the news. We immediately started to take active steps in repairing this damage that's been done to the university, and I think that last night really showed what kind of impact the student body has on one.
You all seem so sure-footed, you know, and in control of your emotions. Are you going to take advantage of the counseling services available?
I think if we need it, then we definitely will. I think at this point we're really working to make sure that our fellow students are going to be okay through this entire process. I think as student leaders that's really where we've stepped up and feel that it's our job to really help them out in this time of need.
Are you confident that the university is handling this correctly now?
Yes, I think we all have faith that the administration has our best interests at heart, as they always have.
And the police and the fire rescue squads have been absolutely incredible, not only in their efforts yesterday, but also in just everything they've done, the way they've handled themselves. We're very proud of our university, and I think that we can definitely communicate that today.
Everybody talks about moving forward, and yet some of you are sitting with West Ambler Johnston right behind you. You're going to walk past that dormitory countless times over the next several months and years. Got Norris Hall just across the drill field. How do you move forward when you have these constant reminders of what happened here?
And the thing is, it's not that we're moving away from these students. We're never going to forget these students. And as we walk by these buildings, we're never going to forget what happened. But we're definitely going to try to repair this feeling that the university has taken on due to this tragedy.
How are you going to stop it from being the first thing people think of when they hear the words Virginia Tech?
See, I think inherently when you take a look at the university and everything we've seen over the course of the past 2 days, what I think people are seeing is how we really come together as a community and support each other. I think that's ultimately what, when people think Virginia Tech, they will see and what they'll feel.
When I think Virginia Tech, I think what that vigil last night, I think of that sense of community, and I think that the nation has seen that, and they're going to continue to see that over the next few weeks.
Well, Adil, James, Sarah, and Greg, good luck to you. All right, and thanks for talking to us this morning. We're back with more of our special edition right after your local news.
This is Today, watched by more viewers than any other morning news program ever.
The worst mass shooting in American history. NBC News is there on campus. On NBC, MSNBC, MSNBC.com, and on your mobile phone. NBC News everywhere. Massacre at Virginia Tech. NBC News, America's news leader.
They saw the future. They saved the cheerleader. This Monday, it's time to save the world.
I finally get to be a hero.
Heroes returns Monday, 9/8 Central on NBC.
Beginning April 20th, Legend Homes is giving you the opportunity to win your ultimate address. It's the Ultimate Home Giveaway, presented by Legend Homes. Don't miss an opportunity of a lifetime to crack the code to a safe containing the key to this Legend home, valued at over $500,000. It's the Ultimate Home Giveaway, presented by Legend Homes. Entries are available at legendhomes.com, so log on now for your chance to win big.
Shiloh Inns, American-owned and proud of it.
This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning. I'm Nancy Francis along with Debbie Duran. A threat that shut down Washington State University's Vancouver campus last night has a link to the Virginia Tech tragedy. We're told the threat insinuates the same tragic situation at Virginia Tech would also happen at WSU in Vancouver. Students and staff were sent home as a precaution after a woman found a threat in the women's bathroom inside the library. A settlement in the Portland Archdiocese sex abuse case now has a judge's signature. $52 million will go toward current cases. Another $20 million is set aside for future claims. It's time now to check our forecast. Here's First Alert's Dave Selesky. Dave?
Thanks much, Nancy. We do have cloudy skies overhead. There are a couple of breaks in the overcast, but they are pretty minor. And as you can see on live First Alert Doppler 8000, More showers now on the Oregon coast. They're going to be rolling over the Coast Range and developing here locally in the metropolitan area later this morning and in towards the afternoon. Temperature right now at 42 degrees. Clouds, a few breaks in the overcast at this time. Don't let those breaks fool you. We will be looking at showers later on this morning and a thunder shower possible by midday. Daytime high of 55 degrees. Cool tonight, overnight low down to 40. Tomorrow, a few less showers, but still chilly. 60 on Friday. Now, Nancy, back to you and Debbie.
Thanks, Dave. Stay with News Channel 8 for another news update in just 25 minutes.
All over Portland, workers are putting the finishing touches on more than 80 new homes for the ultimate open house new home tour, April 20th through the 22nd and April 27th through the 29th.
Caring for my yard is time-consuming and confusing, but having a healthy yard cared for naturally is important to me. That's why I chose ProGrass. ProGrass is an Oregon company that has developed a new service called Natural Care. Unlike other services or do-it-yourself options, Natural Care works with nature for a healthy and beautiful landscape. ProGrass will do what's right for my yard and stand behind it.
Learn more about Natural Care and get a healthy green lawn naturally for only $25. Call ProGrass for details.
Marion's has more than just carpet.
Marion's has tons of hardwood, area rugs, tile, you name it. And the prices, they're the best.
All hardened flooring on sale now.
Low price guarantee, express installation, dial 503 Carpets.
The Virginia Tech shooting rekindles an old debate. Is it too easy to get a gun in America? Hardball with Chris Matthews. MSNBC Tonight.
From one day to the next, I woke up and I was this person that I hated. And I didn't want to be that person anymore. When I stepped on the scale the first week and I lost 7 pounds, I just knew this was the program for me. I never had the results that LA Weight Loss has shown me. Remember me? I lost 20 pounds in 8 weeks, and this was me 8 weeks ago, and this is me now.
For the center nearest you, call 1-800-975-TRIM.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, just what the country needs. Tired of working minimum wage? Trades careers start at $10 to $14 an hour and can go up to $20 to $33 for overtime. Come to the Women in Trades Career Fair on May 5th and explore a career that will give you the satisfaction of working with your own two hands and pay you what you deserve. Come to the Women in Trades Career Fair Saturday, May 5th at the NECA IBEW Training Center on Airport Way. Call Oregon Tradeswomen for details or visit www.tradeswomen.net.
She was a positive person. She was a beautiful person, and that's what I'll remember her as. We've lost a very talented, beautiful young lady.
And that is Joe Samaha sharing memories of his beautiful daughter, Rima, a freshman at Virginia Tech who lost her life in Monday's massacre. And we're back now on the campus of Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia on some Wednesday morning, the 18th day of April 2007. Classes suspended today and for the rest of the week. A lot of students have actually packed up and headed home for the weekend to be with their family, but here the morning and some questions still hang in the air. I'm Matt Lauer in Blacksburg for a special edition of Today, and this campus and this community are absorbing what's happened here, and as they do, a picture of a disturbed gunman is emerging along with the outline of the promising lives cut short by his bullets. Here's what we know right now. The shooter was a 23-year-old student, Cho Sang-Wee, described as a loner, and some of his creative writing was so disturbing it raised alarms, not only for his classmates, but professors as well. They tried to get him into counseling and tried to call attention to law enforcement to try and get them to pay attention to this young man. His victims, 32 students and professors, and also another victim, the peace of mind of this college community of more than 25,000. And there are also stories of heroism being passed around. A professor who survived the Holocaust put his body between the gunman and his students. His life. Meanwhile, the community here has been busy. There was a moving convocation attended by the President of the United States yesterday afternoon and an evening candlelight vigil with thousands honoring their fallen friends. We're going to have more here from the campus of Virginia Tech in just a couple of minutes. But first, Let's go to New York, and my colleagues, Ann Curry, Natalie Morales, and our West Coast contributor, Maria Menounos. Ladies, good morning to all of you.
Hey, good morning, Matt. That candlelight vigil looks so beautiful, Matt. And also coming from here, almost 8 years of the day of the Columbine shootings, we'll be talking to a young woman who survived that tragedy, and we're going to find out how she's using it to help others and also to help herself, because obviously there are a lot of lessons learned, and we want to help people learn some lessons from this terrible tragedy.
And also help people move forward from this. We're going to get some expert insight into the grieving process, what kids on campus and their families are coping with now, and what they may be dealing with in the days ahead and the weeks, because it will take a lot of time to get over something like this.
Maybe a lifetime, in fact.
Very, very nice stories as well with the heroic acts, but just hard to hear from these families and what they've lost. It's terrible. So we'll have more about coping with fears and incidents like this.